Okay, welcome back to the channel. Now another 11 plus question, and what we've got to do is this. So we've got to find the value of this kind of sequence of numbers here. So it's 19, take away 18, but then add 17, then take away 16, plus 15, take away 14, and do that with all of the numbers all the way down to 1. And so what we need to spot here is this. With each pair of numbers, so if we just pair these off, 19 take away 18, that there is just the same as 1. And then the next pair of numbers along, you've got 17 take away 16, that's also just 1. So actually, all of this here is the same as just 1 plus 1 so far. Then have a look at the next pair, that's also another 1. And obviously there's going to be more pairs in here, all the way down to this pair over here, which will be another 1. And then we've got to add an extra 1 on the end. Because notice that each of these pairs ends in an even number. So you've got 18, then 16, then 14. The next pair will end in 12, and then 10, and then 8, and 6, and 4, and then 2. So that's our final pairing. So that 1 is an extra little plus 1 on the end. So what we need to do is work out, well, how many pairs of numbers are there up to this point? Because that's going to tell us how many 1s there are. And so just for this question, what I'm going to do is actually write out all of the numbers so we can see how many pairs there are and how you can count, or a good way to count numbers. So we've got 19, then 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1 on the end. So here's our first pair over there. That's our next pair. There's another pair. Here's another pair. There's another one. Another one. There, and there. So how many pairs do we have all together? So this is going to be our first pair, second pair, third pair, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and ninth. So we've got 9 pairs in total. And remember, each of those pairs is going to equal just a 1. So all we've got to do is add 9 lots of 1 together. And then don't forget there is this 1 on the end. So we'll actually have to add in total 10 lots of 1 together. So the sum of that will just be 10. But now, when you get to a bigger question like this, you can't just write out all of these numbers to see how many pairs there are. So how can you count it? Well, if we know that we've got to finish at this number 2, because every pair ends in an even number, then what we could do is work out how many numbers there are from 19 to 2. To do that, what we can do is this. You can do 19 take away 2, which will give you 17. But then because we need to start from the 19 itself, we actually need to add on an extra 1 here. So there's actually 18 numbers in total, starting at 19 and finishing at 2. And you can count that on your fingers if you need to. But now if there are 18 numbers, then what that tells me is that there must be 9 pairs. And as you saw, when we've grouped them up, you can see there are 9 pairs in total. So hopefully you can use that same kind of idea to then answer this one, which is just a little bit bigger. So again, we can see it's pretty much exactly the same. We've got pairs again all the way down to 2. So let's try and do this. Let's try and work out how many numbers there are from 79 to 2. And don't forget we've got to include that 79. So we do 79, subtract 2, which is 77. But then we have to add on 1. So what that tells me is that there are 78 numbers in total from 79 to 2. We can half that to find how many pairs there are. So that means there will be 39 pairs. And so what does that mean? Well, there'll be 39 lots of 1 all the way up to this point, and then we add on that extra 1 on the end, and so our total there would just be 40. There you go. So hopefully that will make sense.